As, as regards the activities we are planning to engage in for COVID-19. And other than that, we have made evaluations regarding important security-related issues that concern Syria, Libya, and many other regions. The Syrian regime that tries to turn the COVID pandemic to its own benefit has increased the level of its attacks. Turkey abides by the March 5 memoranda signed with Russia, and we, on the other hand, will not allow any violations of the MOU. And the regime, if it continues to attack as it does currently, will have to pay the price for that. And certain dark organizations that engage in provocative attacks will never be tolerated. Turkey has the authority and the will and determination to protect its rights, and Turkey will continue to upset any plans carried out in the Mediterranean. Signed with Libya, we have a memorandum of understanding regarding the restrictions of the maritime activities over the Mediterranean, and this MOU was also signed by many parties, including Libya. It was notified to the UN, brought to the attention of UN, but still we see that the illegal regime in Libya is engaged in certain activities. And the legitimate government in Libya helps expose the dark face of coup maker Haftar more clearly. I once again would like to warn the international community regarding the coup maker Haftar, and we make a call on the international community to support the legitimate government of the country. On the other hand, during even the pandemic in the world, terrorists do continue with their attacks, and it clearly reveals the ugly face of terrorist organizations yet again. And we are determined to crush the terrorists any time. And in the past week, we neutralized 38 terrorists during the operations we have been carrying out. And our operations activities regarding security concerns of Turkey continue non-stop. Distinguished colleagues, distinguished members of our great nation, we have four main issues in our fight against coronavirus outbreak. One important element is to keep is to pay attention to social distancing. Of course, we have made certain curfews. Imposed curfews, and also started with remote teaching as well as many other efforts, and these all aim at protecting the health of our people, and also other subjects including the ventilators, ICUs, hospitals. We are at a very good position, and in terms of food and basic needs, it is important that we keep everything on track, and except for a couple of minor issues, we do not seem to have any problem. In terms of supply, we never have any problem in terms of food supply, for example, across the country. And another important element is, of course, the order, the public order. Our law enforcement, gendarmerie, and all the security forces do preserve the order in the country, and all the officers do sacrifice and continue to deliver their tasks. And we have delivered many source of aid to our citizens, and 1.6 million citizens so far have received face masks, and disinfectants. And so far we have not faced, praise to be God, any problem regarding public order. And we know that more than 230 districts, villages, towns are now in quarantine. Distinguished my great nation, we have started to reap the fruits of the activities we have been engaged in. We have increased the number of the tests performed, and the number of the cases is decreasing. The number of the patients recovering is increasing. And when we look at the ratio of the fatalities and the cases, we have been observing a decrease, and we will further see of it to come, hopefully. And of course, the ministry is sharing the most updated data every night with our citizens. At our hospitals, we do not have major problems. Our healthcare professionals are working day and night, making a lot of personal sacrifices. Using this opportunity, I would like to once again extend my special thanks to our healthcare professionals personally and on behalf of my nation. Masks distributed free of charge will be distributed from the pharmacies, and we do not have any risk or any shortcoming regarding medication or medical supplies. We have also success in the field of ventilators. We started our activities as soon as the outbreak came our way, and we have produced our own local ventilators. And as of May, by the end of May, we will have produced 5,000 of them. I would like to thank to Biosys, the company, and also Baykar Machinery, Aselsan, and Arçelik, which is the company involved in the serial production of the ventilators, for their great work, for their contributions. My dear nation, my dear friends, brothers and sisters, this is a concrete example of our national technology movement. And now we have received 100 ventilators locally produced at our hospitals. And our activities in the field of health will continue, in particular in the critical areas. Our industry, chemical industry, also has taken its place in this scope of activities, and they have also developed a prototype. On the other hand, we have critically important drugs that are administered at the early stage of the prognosis of the disease. The licensing, developing, research, and many other relevant issues regarding with the production of local medication will continue. And every activity in this regard cannot be left to the hands or the mercy of a classical understanding of bureaucracy. We have to pave a way, and we have paved a way for the supply of personal protection materials, in particular N95 masks and nanofiber filter masks, and many other protective gear and supplies will be produced here, and we will have the tests. And for the nanofilters, we will not be dependent on external forces, but will be self-sufficient to produce our own. And we have also created an important guideline for COVID-19. The professors who are delivering their tasks at the scientific board are preparing to offer their valuable work to the whole world. Distinguished friends, in terms of health care facilities, hospitals, ICUs, and capacity of hospitals, in terms of the number of beds, we are paving a lot of way forward. And we have inaugurated Başakşehir City Hospital today, and it will be in service to fight against the virus. The hospital has a capacity of 2,682 beds, and 150 of those beds are intensive care unit beds, and the second phase of the hospital will come operational as of the following month. On the other hand, we have two permanent hospital construction activities ongoing in Yeşilköy and Sancaktepe regions, each hospital with a capacity of 1,000 beds, and as we have promised before, we will complete the construction of these hospitals in 45 days and open them to the service of our people. We, during this pandemic, have observed that even the developed countries fell short and weak and desperate, but Turkey, praise to God, has continued with all the services without any problem or any halt. The problem about the health care system in the world is because of excessive burden that the healthcare system in many parts of the world could not bear. But Turkey has become one of the most effective countries across the world fighting against that outbreak. As a result of this result of the fact that our citizens also paid attention to the advices made, we have covered a lot of road. We have seen a lot of improvement. On the other hand, we have brought in a curfew for the weekend in 30 great cities of Turkey, and additionally Zonguldak province. Agricultural, health, and food services have gone on without any problem. On April 23, 24, 25, and 26, we will again impose the curfew. On April 22, as of midnight, as you know, 23 is the weekend, and until midnight, April 26, the curfew, the lockdown will continue, and it will end by midnight Sunday. The details, relevant details, will be shared by our ministry. Bakeries, members of the media, and many public authorities who are working non-stop during the pandemic are of course great importance, and I would like to thank them for their great efforts. And following the Ramadan aid, we aim to bring things back to normal, and we may take certain steps even before the aid. And we believe it's going to be beneficial if certain parties prepare themselves accordingly. And we should always bear in mind that we can only curb this outbreak as long as we stand together, all 83 million of this country. And the stronger we stand together, and the tighter we hold on to our brotherhood, our solidarity, the better it will be, because we do not have any other homeland to which we will be taking refuge to, and we don't have any other people that we will embrace, and we will not be falling to the pits of tutelage, and we will embrace our values, we will stand together, and we will be fighting against that outbreak again by way of standing united. The Republic of Turkey always stands with each and every citizen of the country, no matter where they are. And in the beginning of the pandemic, we brought our citizens living in other countries of the world back to our country. And every citizen brought back to the country were scanned, went through an examination, medical examination, and they were put in quarantine for 14 days. The Ministry of Health, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Youth and Sports, and as well Turkish Airlines cooperated to bring many citizens in different parts of the world back to our country. And currently still 12,000 citizens are in quarantine. Again, we are engaged in activities to bring an additional 25,000 citizens of our country living abroad or are currently abroad back to our country, and some of them will be put in quarantine, and we also know that some premises will be allocated for the usage of the Ministry of Health for specific usage and careful attention. And as you know, the teaching activities have been paused and distant remote teaching, learning activities to start in the beginning of March. The platform we established for distant learning has been well adopted by our students, according to the studies we have conducted. For the students preparing for university exams and high school exams, we have started live classes, and our parents also were included into the process and guided accordingly. High school exams and university entrance exams has been regulated in order not to make any student face a difficulty. Another important activity has been run by the National Assembly, and it is the new regulation as regards the execution of offenses. We know that about 90,000 convicts were released out of detention houses, and some will also be released, some other. This way we will be protecting our citizens against a possible threat that might be posed in confined in indoor areas. We also decreased the level of mobility, human mobility, to protect our people, our also health professionals and law professionals. And we have made a lot of calls for people to stay home. And now, once again, I would like to make a call to our young people. We know that the software sector is the rising star of our day now, and it awaits for your contributions, and for that end we will initiate a project which will be coordinated by the relevant ministries and the Treasury, and we will have certain activities on the portal to be established by the Communication Directorate. And there are many trainings, online trainings given over that website, and the number of the trainings will increase up to 130. What our young people have to do only is to go to the website and upload their resumes. Their success, their marks and scores will be automatically uploaded into the system with their resumes. From cybersecurity to data analysis, from development of the software to many other fields, we will give a chance to our young people to claim a specialization in various 15 fields. And this way, during such a pandemic, our young people will have another opportunity. And this will also contribute, I believe, to the need of the software people in our country. On the other hand, the agricultural lands owned by the Treasury will be offered to the services of our farmers, and our farmers will not be charged for the next 6 months for their rents. And another Treasury agricultural land will be open to the service of our farmers. Another good news is related with the medical schools and universities of our country. We have 43 medical schools across our country, and we have a lot of training universities as well, and to help them increase the level of their the service of their the quality of their service, we will be recruiting new people. My great nation, while fighting against this, of course, a pandemic, trying to curb it, we do our best and show all the efforts, and we have taken many measures, and we also ensured that certain tax payments have been deferred, postponed for payment. We try our best to keep our SMEs survive this outbreak, and we are observing the daily problems of our citizens closely and try to reduce the impact of those as much as possible. And we have short-term payment activities for many citizens, and we have included all the sectors, and so far 260,000 companies made application for short-term employment. And we also have initiated another support program for those who are on a leave now. We, besides, during that time, have addressed the special needs of our people, our citizens, those with low income levels in particular. 2.1 million households with low-level incomes have been supported with 1,000 liras in cash, and we will continue to provide that relief to a higher number of households across the country, and we will receive applications. Every application made by our citizens will be meticulously evaluated. Our social solidarity and aid foundations will be exerting a lot of activities, and we have allocated an additional resource of 500 million liras for them. And we, at the same time, will be providing some educational relief for our students, 50 liras for girls and 75 for boys. and many students, more than 40,000 students, will be supported on a monthly basis. And we also have about 1.8 billion Turkish liras collected at the account of the campaign we initiated, the campaign called We Are Self-Sufficient, and we should try our best to bring that figure over 2 billion and show a historic example of solidarity. At the Centers for Disabled Foundations, at many institutions of our country, many people are working, making self-sacrifices, and I would like to thank to them for their great work. I would like to thank to the healthcare professionals for their great work. When Turkey is fighting against such a pandemic, unfortunately, another section of the society is after some activities of disorder. As you know, to curb the outbreak, you have to be well organized and coordinate well, and apply the same criteria for each and every street, district, neighborhood, town, city, or whatsoever. But the municipalities of the CHP now do ignore the governor's offices or the local administrators, local authorities, the presidency of the country, but they attempt to carry out things on their own. The CHP run municipalities do engage in such activities, but their purpose here is not to deliver services or serve the people, but make a showcase of themselves. During the lockdown, in particular, certain municipalities exhibited behaviors that can never be explained otherwise. Of course, there are some municipalities run by CHP, and there are some who do their job well and properly. When certain municipalities of CHP were doing their jobs properly, some other did not. And such enterprises, such activities were also tried by organizations like PKK or FETÖ in the past, as we all know. But we know that the economic, social, financial support and relief provided by the government is out there, and some people still try their best to defame what the government is achieving. And once they are unable to do what they wish, they turn their faces to some other ways. There are those, of course, who try to bring the economy of the country down, and in the past there were some people who tried to sabotage the efforts of the country. And now again, there are some who try to sabotage the country during the pandemic. And now they did not get enough of all that, but started and attempted to race against the government. While we were talking about the city hospitals, they started talking about some fair or exhibition areas and tried to make people buy into the illusion that these were some field hospitals. And they did hold on to some lies only. Whereas the city hospitals have brought Turkey to different advantages level across the world, but for years they said anything they could against it and tried their best to defame what we did for the city hospitals, and they acted against the law or even our beliefs and values, and even religious values. And they even went too far and beyond and said it is even possible for people to collect their zakat. If you ask to the Religious Affairs Authority, they will tell you who can collect the zakat, the personal givings of people, or who can't. You have every individual has the authority, has the right to do on their own. Not you. You do not have the authority as such. And when they ran out of their resources, they lied and said the state authorities confiscated our money. We, the government, the authority of the country, we have never confiscated the money of anybody, and we tried our best to serve the people, and we still continue to portray many similar efforts, while the municipalities of the CHP did mix one thing for another, did come up with sabotage against the activities of our government, and tried their best to conceal their failures. While we were engaged in such, they made things blurry, claiming that the rapists were going to be released as per the discussions regarding amnesty. I have to say the municipalities are allowed, of course, to deliver social relief, but the coordination of the highest level official of the city is required. The governor's office, local authorities, and officials have to be included into the process, and if the municipalities attempt to act on their own, then they will be challenged by, of course, the respective authorities. They cannot run activities without proper plans or coordination, and their aim was indeed not sharing help, not making help or sharing, but lie and slander and manipulate the truth. In the field of health, Turkey is engaged in a historic existential fight, and I am sad that our nation has been kept busy with such dirty tricks. But the mentality that is sitting across us, indeed raised the bar of their lies if they do not receive the necessary response. It is, again, as important as getting rid of the virus to indeed get rid of such mentality of opposition. And we hope that the understanding of opposition, political opposition in our country comes to a desirable level as well. And we expect to take all the relevant steps forward accordingly. And we ask for the patience, for the solidarity of our people, and I would like to extend my special gratitude for each and every citizen of this country for their solidarity, their self-giving, and in particular the healthcare professionals and everyone involved in the distribution of supply, transportation, public authorities, and official bodies of the country. And I wish a quick recovery to those, to our patient brothers and sisters, and pray for the mercy of God who lost their lives. May God always be with us. Stay in health. Thank you very much.
Efendim dördüncü kez video konferans yöntemiyle Cumhurbaşkanlığı kabine toplantısı yapıldı. Saat 15:15 civarında başlamıştı. Yaklaşık 4 saat sürdü bu toplantı. Ve kabine toplantısının ardından da Cumhurbaşkanı Erdoğan kameraların karşısına geçti. Ve işte o çok merak edilen soru, birçok senaryo konuşuluyordu sevgili izleyiciler.